It started like any other Saturday morning. My daughter Emily had gone outside to play while I was fixing up the fence line. She's 11, smart, cautious, and usually stays close to the yard. But about an hour later, I realized I hadn't heard her laughing or running around like usual. I walked back to the driveway and froze. A white minivan I didn't recognize was parked right by my property line. The back doors were shut and my daughter's pink sneakers were lying just outside of it. My blood ran cold. I rushed forward, yanking the van door open, and there she was, Emily, sitting inside, terrified, with Karen, our notorious HOA president, standing nearby, holding the keys. "What the hell are you doing?" I roared. Karen jumped back like she'd been caught stealing cookies. "Oh, don't overreact. I was just trying to teach her a lesson." "A lesson by locking my kid in your van." Karen sniffed, crossing her arms. "Your daughter was walking too close to the HOA flower beds. We can't have children damaging community property." I was going to drive her around to cool off and have a chat. I was shaking with fury. "You kidnapped my daughter, Karen. That's not a chat. That's a felony." Emily bolted into my arms, clutching me like her life depended on it. I glared at Karen, who still looked smug, as if she had every right to do this. "Relax," she said. "The HOA has authority over the safety of minors in this neighborhood. If parents won't teach them, then I will." That was the final straw. I pulled out my phone and dialed 911 on speaker. Karen's smug expression cracked. "Wait, there's no need for that. Let's handle this privately." Too late. I snapped. "You messed with the wrong family." Within minutes, a sheriff's cruiser pulled up. Emily wouldn't let go of me as the deputy stepped out. Karen immediately rushed forward, pointing at me. "Officer, thank goodness you're here. This man is neglecting his daughter, and I was just trying to keep her safe." The deputy cut her off. "Ma'am, the 911 operator already briefed me." "Step back." Karen's face twitched, but stepped back. The deputy turned to me. "Sir, can you tell me what happened?" I explained everything from finding Emily locked in the van to Karen's ridiculous excuse about teaching lessons. Emily confirmed it, her little voice trembling as she described how Karen told her to sit tight and then lock the doors. The deputy's expression hardened. He turned to Karen. "Ma'am, do you realize what you've done? This isn't just a violation of HOA rules. This is unlawful restraint of a minor. That's a serious charge." Karen's jaw dropped. What? "No, I was just keeping her safe by locking her in a car without her father's consent. That's kidnapping under state law." When the handcuffs clicked around her wrists, Karen exploded. "This is ridiculous. I'm the HOA president. You can't arrest me." The deputy smirked. "Ma'am, the HOA isn't above the law. You're coming with me." As he led her to the cruiser, neighbors started to gather, drawn by the flashing lights. They whispered and snapped photos as Karen shrieked about ungrateful residents and community order. Emily buried her face in my chest, finally letting herself cry. I kissed the top of her head. "You're safe, sweetheart. Nobody's ever going to touch you like that again." The fallout was brutal for Karen. Within 24 hours, the entire neighborhood knew what she had done. Parents were outraged. HOA board members scrambled to distance themselves, claiming they had no knowledge of her actions. By Monday, she was removed as president. By Wednesday, she was suspended from her job at the local school. Turns out, kidnapping charges don't sit well on a resume. And me, I pressed charges, no deals, no misunderstandings. When Karen showed up in court a month Later, she was a shell of the smug. Tyrant she once was, she pleaded guilty to avoid jail time, but the damage was done. She lost her position, her reputation, and every ounce of power she had tried to lord over us. As for Emily, she's back to playing in the yard, but now with a little more caution, and Tank, our bull from the barn incident, has become her unofficial guard. Whenever she's outside, he's grazing, close by, keeping watch. Karen hasn't been seen in the neighborhood since, and you can bet every parent here knows. If anyone dares mess with our kids again, they won't just answer to me.